Garrett, you put this list together. It's our Ted Lasso Award, Best Head Coach of the Year. We've got 5 nominees for this. Sonny Dykes from TCU, your boy Mike Elko from Duke, Lincoln Riley at USC, Jim Harbaugh at Michigan, and Willie Fritz at Tulane. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, no, so this one's just about, who comes in here and gets the most out of their team. We're not saying that guys like Ryan Day or Nick Saban aren't good coaches, but in years where they had things to overcome and they had, maybe challenges, which guy did the best job actually coaching his team? Starting off with Sonny Dykes, obviously first year at TCU, and, I don't know if you've been under a rock or don't know what happened, but TCU made the playoff. And they made the 3 seed overall, despite the fact that they didn't end up winning their conference, which is, I think, an increasingly difficult thing to do, is to not win your conference and still find a way into the playoff. They were just that good in their games. TCU, they finished 6th in scoring offense. They finished 58th in scoring defense. Obviously, the Big 12 plays a different style of football, and so you're going to naturally lend to a little bit higher scores in the Big 12. But one of the better strength of schedules. I think they had the best strength of record going into the playoff. They might have changed that after the championship games, but going into championship games, they had the hardest strength of record. Just fantastic job. And he got it done with players who maybe weren't as highly rated, maybe not necessarily as just raw athletic talent, but he got the most out of his guys like Max Duggan, Kendre Miller, getting the most out of these guys, Quentin Johnston as well, and turning these guys into names that we're going to be paying attention to, when realistically these would be guys that probably get overlooked, maybe transfer guys at the end of the year. And realistically, these guys have put together a fantastic season. Going over to Duke with Mike Elko. Mike Elko did a fantastic job taking a Duke team that, they were bad, like really bad, grade A level bad for a few years there, and just kind of bringing a new energy to the team. I highlighted it off the front of the season. I thought he was going to come in there and win some games he shouldn't just off of his scheme. And wow, let me tell you, they sure did. Points per game, 34th, points against them, 37th. Again, in a heavily offensive ACC where, we talked about it going into the year. There were some quarterbacks and some players that we thought were going to explode when it came to just scoring. And obviously Duke, maybe not the elite expectations, the, elite results that the other teams on this list have, but man, they turned it around in year 1 under Mike Elko. A fantastic job that should not be overlooked by anybody. USC, we went with Lincoln Riley here for our third option. USC had a fantastic year. We already kind of talked about that. Their only losses came to Utah twice.
Yep.
Almost made the playoff, if not for just being able to overcome Utah the second time in Vegas. But look, this is Lincoln Riley. We know him from Oklahoma. He did a great job there for years. And he, we speculated that we didn't know how long it was going to take to turn the team around. And,
Sure.
Is there going to be maybe a culture issue with so many transfers coming in that they're not going to get on the same page or understand his coaching style? No issues there. 11-2, not a bad year by any means. And so would they like to have been in the playoffs? Would they like to have been 12-1 with the championship? Sure. But still not a bad year for Lincoln Riley and the USC Trojans there. We picked Jim Harbaugh for our fourth option. Obviously, we know Michigan, they had their success last year and this year. Since being on the hot seat, this guy's lost 2 games. And one of them was to the eventual national champion Georgia Bulldogs. And the other one was in a weird snowy game where, I know that some Michigan fans still disagree with some of those calls there. And think that they maybe should have found a way out of that one. And
Sure.
it just took a Kenneth Walker miracle to keep Michigan State in that game against them. So undefeated this year. They finished with the 5th best scoring defense and the 7th best scoring offense. Highly underrated the job that they've done on the offensive side of the ball. McCarthy, he took a little while to develop this year, but Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards have just been stealing the show all year. They've gotten enough from their wide receivers. And man, that defense is just a different level. They're nasty. They play really well. They don't give up scoring. And again, this is a team that went into Columbus and held a vaulted, Ohio State offense to 23 points. They didn't score anything.
Yeah.
They didn't score but 3 points in the second half. So another fantastic job by Jim Harbaugh. And then Tulane, we come over to Willie Fritz. We go 11-2 this year. Great scoring offense and defense, given the competition level, especially 21st in scoring offense, 26th in scoring defense. End up in the Cotton Bowl against USC in a year where, and I don't know about you, but I did not have much for Tulane this year. I thought they were going to be okay. I thought they might be, sort of middle of the pack. I did not see this performance coming,
Didn't
but
have a
to
bowl
win,
game.
yeah, no, didn't even have him there. So, but to have this kind of a season where, you win your conference for, I mean, was it the first time ever they won the conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible the job that he was able to do this year to get a lot out of these guys. Guys like Ty J. Spears, Michael Pratt had a fantastic season at quarterback for them. So really just excited to see where they can go from there. Maybe see if they can hang on and get Willie Fritz to stick around for a little while, or if a bigger program eventually comes by and maybe poaches him. But the job that he did here should not be overlooked either. So those are kind of our 5 head coaching options. Which one did we go with for our winner?
Well, if I think if TCU doesn't make the playoff, maybe there's a case to go with somebody else. But listen, year one, not really sure what to expect from TCU. I don't think any of us had them in a bowl game. They go undefeated in the regular season. Yes, they lose the Big 12 championship game to Kansas State, but the first team from the Lone Star State in Texas to get into the college football playoff. He won the mainstream head coach of the year. He's going to win our Ted Lasso award as well. Congratulations to Sonny Dykes for winning the 3 Tech Pod coach of the year.
Yeah,
Just a
I can
tremendous job.
swing by and take it to him as well.
Sure.
I work in Fort Worth, so I can just swing by the office whenever you want to, Coach Dykes. I'll bring it by. Just let me know.
That's right. Basically neighbors. You can expect a hand delivered trophy there.
Gracious hip.